What's up, everybody out there in YouTube land? Wrath251 here. Okay, guys, this video looked really interesting, alright? This is by Teal Opal, and this is the new creepiest items on the workshop. I don't think these are official items that have been put in the game yet for TF2, but I think they're just ones that people have made for the workshop. So, yeah. So these are some of the newest ones. So let's let's see what Teal Opal has for us. Right, and go.
Make up mine.
Make up mine. What?
A little over 4 years ago, I made a video about what I deemed at the time to be the creepiest items on the TF2 workshop. Items that took the Halloween theme of Scream Fortress to its logical extreme, and took the form of some truly grotesque items.
4 years ago.
Despite being crunchy as all hell, and my voice sounding even more goofy
oh god, that spell is so annoying.
People really seem to enjoy that video, and since I made it, a lot more creepy cosmetics have been added to the TF2
Dude,
workshop.
that is
So, in the spirit of TF2's biggest Scream Fortress update in years, I wanted to take a deep dive into the dregs of the TF2 workshop once again, and find the new creepiest items
hell no, I hate clowns.
Items that are so daring that even Valve wouldn't touch them. The primary rule to note here is that I'm only counting unbanned items that are at the very least passable in quality, as it's neither fun, fair, nor interesting to just point and laugh at poorly modeled 10-year-old submissions. Also, quick warning, some of the items in this video are exceptionally rough by TF2 standards, so if you're averse to things like body horror, blood, and things like that, I'd suggest turning away. That said,
viewer discretion advised.
Scout has a good amount of creepy adjacent cosmetics on the workshop. Between the funny epic haha references and boundless hairstyles, you can find some really stomach-churning stuff on Scout's
What is this friggin' Five Nights at Freddy's shit?
One item I was always enamored by was the Strikeout, which is a cosmetic that takes a brutal spin on an otherwise pretty funny concept. However, a few years later, some daring individuals would take it upon themselves to up the intensity of this idea and grace us with the self-sip. This one is just kind of gross in a deeply unpleasant way. The concept of having an exposed brain with visible blood and cranial fluid leaking from it is already rough, but the addition of a surreal auto-cannibalism edge is what really tips it up on this list. When I see this thing's preview images, I just end up thinking logistically about what's actually happening, and end up with both nausea and a headache at the same time. Like, my mind tries to fill the gaps for how something like this would feel, and it's just never good. This item ultimately just elicits a deeply uncomfortable response from me, but in a good way. Overall, I definitely drink to the self-sip. Soldier is in a good supply of creepy cosmetics. Could be due to his general insanity, his intimidating build, or his fearsomeness as an opponent in-game, but some people love turning the soldier into all manner of monsters and creatures. But when I went down to the workshop on the weekend of September 18th, 2023, I was not prepared for what I was about to see. The face value. This is simply a level of brutality that does not work in
Leatherface.
What we've got here is a flayed human flesh mask with styles for either decayed or fresh skin, worn over the soldier's face with eye and mouth holes that make room for all sorts of crazed expressions. This item also comes with an entire appropriate Leatherface set, and yes, I'm aware that this is a Leatherface reference, but holy hell, is this a little much for TF2. Like, I know the game is rated M and has cartoony gore and stuff, but this item feels, no pun intended, like it's cut above pretty much everything else that's currently in the game. When you pair this thing with its only workshop preview image, which appears to be Soldier mangling a restrained Pyro, you definitely get the vibe that the creators of this item have some interesting ideas about TF2. Regardless, it might be a bit much for me, but maybe you guys will like the cut of this item.
That is horrifying.
Pyro has the most creepy cosmetics on the TF2 workshop. It's not even a contest. Something about their mysterious, insane, disturbing, frightening persona just makes for good Halloween cosmetics. However, immediately after I made the original video, someone posted an item to the TF2 workshop that pretty effectively quashed my initial choice and took over the reins as the new creepiest Pyro cosmetic.
I actually like
that item is the old fish lips. Now, there's an entire trend on the TF2 workshop of turning the TF2 class is old, and while I don't think any of these items have ever actually been added to the game, people definitely keep making them. But when I look at the old fish lips, I don't see old Pyro or unmasked Pyro. I see Pyro wearing an old man's face as a flesh suit. This item is just deeply wrong, man. Between the eyes that follow the camera, the uncanny way the skin just juts out in place of Pyro's mask, the excessive detail with the wrinkles and stuff, the mask's filter coming out of its mouth, almost resembling a creepy gag sort of thing. It's just all around very uncomfortable.
Yeah, that thing with the mouth. That's what gets us
there. Famously faceless smirk into an old coot, but in this case, this item will need a few years to grow on.
Yeah, that is really disturbing. That is fucked up.
Demoman sadly doesn't have too many creepy cosmetics. The worst one, easily, I already covered in the original video, so for the sake of not repeating myself, I'm gonna go ahead and pivot a little bit and talk about a less creepy but more puzzling
That's a cool one.
I
like it.
The tusked tippler. Now, I'm aware of the workshop trend of turning the TF2 classes into animals, and I don't have the necessary degree in virginomics to care about whether or not they're pandering to furries or whatever, but what I am wondering is why they turned Demoman into a photorealistic narwhal. I'm aware that unicorns, despite being fictitious, are Scotland's national animal, and narwhals are indeed the unicorns of the sea, but this seems like kind of a stretch to me. It kind of does earn some creepy points as well, as the narwhal's vacant, expressionless eyes directly contrast against the Demoman's very expressive and animated human body, and it just all around looks a little weird. This is just one of the most confusing workshop submissions
weird, but I don't think it was bad.
But I honestly don't hate it. I like how silly it is, and it fits TF2's Halloween equals anything
see, that works right there.
Overall, this item isn't worth a huge commotion.
Yeah. Heavy. Oh god.
Not unlike Pyro, also had a rather infamous workshop item submitted just as I was working on the original video. And just like Pyro, it stomps the one from that original video quite handily. The meathead. Ignoring the King Crimson reference in its workshop thumbnail, which is easily the scariest part about it, this item just elicits an instinctive wince from anyone who looks at it. We've all had an open scraper cut and felt that
it's not just his
penetrating
head.
sting is something
It's his whole body.
This item poisons put that sensation throughout Heavy's entire human body. It's also a very classic type of body horror, but one that isn't often depicted within TF2. This is one that I could definitely see being a big meme cosmetic if it were added. People paint it purple and pretend they were Thanos and stuff like that. So maybe it'd have to be Halloween exclusive.
Actually, what you could do is you could that one capture the flag map for Halloween where you become a giant, and you could do the whole Attack on Titan thing with that cosmetic. You could do that. So it fits there.
But either way, it's still a properly disturbing cosmetic that I can't bear to look at in all of the right ways. It might not be the most terrifying, but this is definitely a cosmetic that truly makes my skin.
That is pretty fucked up. Engineer.
I'll be honest with you guys. Engineer has no creepy cosmetics. Absolutely none.
Oh,
He's got
really?
a few vaguely unsettling cyborg and robot cosmetics.
Tell that to Orange Juice
and a
with
few
his
references.
With his curse
he's easily got the lowest supply
engineer
of
loadout.
Creepy items on offer. Because of that, we'll have to wing it. In the original video, I went with a cartoony body horror sort of item, and you'll be happy to know that I'm doing the exact same thing here. This is the Toolshed Terror Slight Return. This item obviously isn't realistic by any stretch, but it's still wince-inducing, especially when you've seen the finer details.
That's some Hellraiser shit right there, man.
Gore and loose skin flopping around in this item is really gnarly, and the overall
that's similar. Pyro has one like that though, where he has like a, but it's a skull and has a buzzsaw in it.
For Pyro, and I'd love to see Engineer get a chance at something like this. The description and concept for this item also invite the unpleasant idea that this really is just the result of an unfortunate accident on Engineer's part, which is just kind of sad. All in all, this item might split opinions, but I think it's quite fun.
Really? Split opinions, dude? Really?
Medic has plenty of creepy cosmetics, from macabre references to straight-up body horror to whatever the hell this is. He's in no short supply of candidates for this video. That said, I've elected to go with one of the most jarring, unbanned cosmetics I've ever seen on the workshop, the Uber Bite. This is a cosmetic that simply replaces Medic's head with a giant, hyper-realistic set of human teeth and gums,
that is disturbing, man. That's that friggin' thing from the
This one's just
Amazing Digital Circus right there.
Only to realize
Amazing
Digital Circus is just a mouth. Or imagine being on 1 HP and desperately needing a medic only to see this guy turn the corner. If he's got the burly beast, it'd be even worse. The lack of any other facial features also aids in the overall uncanny creepiness of this item, and it's one that I'm certain would have to be a Halloween exclusive.
Oh, look at the tongue! It's like
game. This is definitely one cosmetic that I'd say bit off more than it could chew, but I definitely don't dislike it.
I mean, it's not horrible, but it's creepy as hell.
Our last class without a healthy supply of creepy cosmetics. Most of the items on his workshop tend to be either funny epic haha references or just generally themed stuff. That said, remember that Dr. Lal spooktacular video with the Pennywise sniper? I ask that because Piddles the Clown is an item on the workshop. This one is pretty simple. Killer clowns are inherently macabre and creepy concept, and turning the sniper into one is, in my opinion, a pretty genius idea. I love how this cosmetic hones in on the more Jester-esque Harlequin type clown makeup
not
really
just
adds
his
to the
helmet.
surreal freakiness of it. If there's any cosmetic from this video that I'd like to see added to the game, it'd probably be this, as creepy clowns are one of my favorite fiction tropes, and I'm sure that sniper mains are already used to being the dedicated clowns of their respective servers. This one might be a little more simple and a little less outwardly creepy than other cosmetics in this video, but it's such a good concept that's executed on so well that I had to include it. This cosmetic truly is no laughing matter. And lastly is the Spy. He's in no shortage of creepy cosmetics, with his general sneaky assassin nature and mysterious aura lending themselves very well to designing some true nightmare.
Oh, there's another one right there.
The choice for this video was never in any doubt. The Fleshy Facade. When I first saw this cosmetic, I thought it was just another flesh mask, but then I took a closer look and realized that it was much worse and the exact opposite. This is a flayed spy head with his balaclava being replaced by removed skin and exposed muscle and tendons. A truly grotesque concept, and one that really pushes the opposite of that other one that actually has. He actually has one that's like that. That said, I actually really like this cosmetic, and I think that it's a pretty genius concept, even if it is a bit stomach churning. It's really gross, but really fun in all the right ways. And the workshop image hinting that this is Medic's doing is really funny and
Medic's doing, of course. Yeah, see, there it is, right there on the left.
Heavy cosmetic from earlier, it is something in character.
That right there on the left. It's like the opposite of that. Oh my god, and the one in the middle, that's like, wait, that's Handsome Jack. The one next to it, that's Handsome Jack. What the hell?
This cosmetic fills the same niche as something like the heavy cosmetic from earlier, yet is somehow even worse. This cosmetic's appeal is definitely more than skin deep.
The puns.
And there we have it. Jeez. Thank you for revisiting the Dregs of the TF2 workshop with me. I'll have a workshop collection linked below with every cosmetic I talked about both in this video and the original video, so if you want to vote on any of them, you're more than welcome to. Also, if you're a workshop creator who thinks you can top any of the things I put in this video, then try your luck at it, and I might make a future video again in another 4 years. Thanks, hope you have a fantastic day before, during, and after watching. Happy Scream Fortress, and cheers.
Meme Fortress. Okay, so that's it. Anyway, well, that's interesting. Some of those I could see actually being put into the game. Other ones, no, that's horrifying. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Which one of those was your favorite? That was definitely appropriate for spooking with, because that was just, some of those were just damn horrifying. The pirate one is really disturbing, because it looks like he's just wearing somebody's face, because it's got the filters going through the mouth. That is just messed up. Anyway, so, alright, Teal Opal. Boom, subscription from me. I definitely recommend you guys click on the link to the original, like the original, subscribe to Teal Opal, help this channel grow. And like this video, subscribe to me before you go, help this channel grow, help me to keep giving a middle finger to YouTube, who still refuses to give me my silver play button. I will see you guys next time. Tune in every day for new content. Bye-bye.